Everyone, today I am going to discuss about the medical surgical nursing 2 for the GNM second years. So in there we are going to discuss about the unit 9 nursing management of patient with the musculoskeletal disorders. So till that we have seen about the abnormal conditions in the musculoskeletal system, and today we are going to discuss about the degenerative condition of joint. So degenerative means it is a continuous process, so it can be present in the lifelong. So degenerative conditions of joint, it includes the osteoarthritis. So in the degenerative conditions, osteoarthritis is one of the abnormal condition. So osteoarthritis means it is known as degenerative joint disease. So it is called as a degenerative joint disease. So degenerative joint disease means it is a continuous process and it can be affect the, there is a changes can be occur in the cell growth. So because of these changes occur in the cells, it can be affect to the organs or the tissues. So it is a degenerative joint disease means it is a continuous process and it can be causes the abnormal growth of the cells, and because of this there is a effect to the organs or tissues. Because of these changes occur in the cells and it can cause the degenerative joint disease. It is called as degenerative joint disease and it is become slowly progressive and non-inflammatory disorder of mobile joint. So where the movement is present, so in that mobile joint there is a slowly progressive, it is become very slowly it can be developed and it is a non-inflammatory disorder. So there is no inflammation can be occur in the joints. So it is a non-inflammatory disorder. So there is no inflammation can be occur at the joints and there is a the changes can be occur in the cells. So because of these changes it can be affect to the tissues or the organs, and there is a particularly weight bearing articulation. So because of the overweight on the joints it can be cause the osteoarthritis, and this is characterized by the loss of articular cartilage. So osteoarthritis it can be mainly caused by the loss of articular cartilage. So articular cartilage means it can be covers the ending of the bones. So where the two bones can be joined or meet together, so the joints can be covered by the cartilage. So it is called as articular cartilage. So articular cartilage means it can be covers the ending of the bones. So where the two bones can be joined together or where the two bones can be meet, so there is a cartilage can be covered. So it is called as articular cartilage. So because of this loss of articular cartilage it causes the osteoarthritis, and in articulating joint and hypertrophy of the bones at the articular margins. So because of the loss of the articular cartilage and it also causes the osteoarthritis and the hypertrophy of the bones. So there is a hypertrophy means there is a extra bone formation can be occur around the affected joint, otherwise there is a changes can be occur in the cell growth. So because of this hypertrophy of the bones and at the articular margins, so around the articular margins there is a changes can be occur in the cell growth, otherwise bone formation, and there is abnormal bone can be formed around the affected joint. So it causes the osteoarthritis. So definition, it is known as degenerative joint disease. So osteoarthritis also called as degenerative joint disease. It is become slowly progressive and non-inflammatory disorder of mobile joint. So it very slowly it can be developed and it is become non-inflammatory inflammatory disorder of the mobile joint, and particularly weight bearing articulation. So because of the more weight on the joint it can be affected, and it is characterized by the loss of articular cartilage. So because of the articular cartilage, the osteoarthritis can be occur, and hypertrophy of the bones. So the hypertrophy of the bones at the articular margins. So at the articular margins, the hypertrophy of the bones, extra bone can be formed, otherwise the changes can be occur in the cell growth, and it causes the osteoarthritis. So next one is the classification. Classification includes two types. First one is primary and secondary. In the primary, it refers to degenerative disease of synovial joint. So it is a degenerative disease of the synovial joint. Degenerative means it is a continuous process of the synovial joint. Synovial joints, it can be form, it is also one of the joint. It can be present at the where the two bones can be meet. So the synovial joint can be produce the synovial membrane, and it produce the synovial fluid in the joints. So the primary osteoarthritis means it refers to the degenerative disease of the synovial joint. So it is also one of the joint. It can be forms the two bones. It can be present at the where the two bones can be meet, and that result from some predisposing condition. So because of the factors, and there is a synovial joint can be affected, and there is a usually trauma that has adversely altered the articular cartilage. So because of any trauma or injury or any accident, so because of this injury or trauma, the articular cartilage can be damaged. So because of this articular cartilage damage, and it can cause the primary osteoarthritis. So because of this trauma, there is a altered the articular cartilage. So because of this trauma, there is a articular cartilage become altered, and that causes the primary osteoarthritis. And next one is the secondary osteoarthritis. It affects a joint of one side and is due to some external or internal injury of disease. So the secondary, it can be occur from the external or internal injury. So from the accident or otherwise any changes occur in the body, it also causes the secondary osteoarthritis. It can be occur due to external or internal injury of disease. So the secondary osteoarthritis can be occur by the external injury or otherwise any disease condition inside of the body. It also affect to the bones, and it causes the secondary osteoarthritis. And next one is the risk factors. So risk factors includes the obesity. So because of the obesity, overweight, so because of this overweight, there is a more weight on the joints. So because of overweight also, it causes the osteoarthritis. And there is a previous joint injury. So previously the patient having any injury and joint injury, it also one of the risk factor for the osteoarthritis. And the next genetic factors, if the family members anybody having the osteoarthritis, and they are also more chance to get the osteoarthritis. And age late 40 years. So if the patient having more than 40 years, from the 40 years there is a chance to get the osteoarthritis from the age of 40 years, and there is a chance to get the osteoarthritis. And there is a gender common in women. So gender, it can be mostly affected in the women when comparing with the men. So it is about the risk factors. It may be because of obesity. Obesity means there is a overweight and there is a previous joint injury, genetic factors, age more than 40 years, and the gender, it mostly affected to the women when comparing with the men. And next one is the pathophysiology. So next, pathophysiology. Pathophysiology, it includes the due to etiological factors. So because of the obesity or any previous injury or the genetic factors, and these are all the etiological factors, and because of these etiological factors, and it can be causes the chondrocyte response, causes the release of cytokines. cytokines. So the chondrocyte is become immune cells. So it can respond and causes the release of cytokines. So cytokines also it causes, it is the immune cells, and it may be cause inflammation or not. So it may be some of the cytokines become good or bad. So the cytokines may be produce inflammation or otherwise it cannot produce the inflammation. So the chondrocyte response causes release of cytokines. So the chondrocyte means it is also immune cells and response, and it causes the release of cytokines, and it can be stimulate and release of proteolytic enzymes. So there is a, because of the release of cytokines it can be stimulate and release of the proteolytic enzymes. So the proteolytic enzymes can be released, and it can cause the loss of collagen and proteoglycans from the cartilage. So the collagen and the proteoglycans, it is a proteins. So proteoglycans and the collagen, it is a abundant protein in the human body. So it is a become protein which are present in the human body, and there is a loss of collagen and proteoglycans. So the collagen and proteoglycans can be help in the formation of the bone or the bone matrix. So mass of the bone, otherwise bone formation can be done by the collagen and the proteoglycans. So there is a loss of collagen and the proteoglycans from cartilage. So because of this loss of collagen and the proteoglycans from the cartilage, so from the cartilage the collagen and proteoglycans can be lost. So because of this loss there is a cartilage become yellow or brownish grey color. So because of the loss of the collagen and the proteoglycans, there is a color changes can be occur in the joint. So there is a color changes can be occur in the cartilage. So the cartilage become yellow and the brownish grey, and it loses its strength. So because of the loss of the collagen and there is a proteoglycans, there is a, because it causes the loss of strength in the joints. So there is a cartilage become yellow or brownish grey, and it loses its strength. So because of this cartilage loss, so there is a, the joint strength can be decreased, and there is a development of surface ulceration and fissures in deep layer of cartilage. So there is a formation of ulcer, and there is a fissures means there is a cracks can be present in the deeper layer of the cartilage. So because of this losses of its strength, and there is a development of ulcer, and there is a fissures, crackers can be present in the deeper layer of the cartilage. So it leads to the loss of large area of articular cartilage. So because of this fissures and the ulceration, there is a loss of articular cartilage. So there is a loss of articular cartilage. It can be present around the where the two bones can be meet. So it can be covers the ending of the bones, and it become loss, and bone is exposed. So the articular cartilage become loss and the bone can be exposed. So and the cyst can be developed in bone. Cyst means there is a formation of abnormal fluid, otherwise it is become semi solid fluid. So because of the cyst, bone is exposed and cyst can be developed in the bone. There is a accumulation of abnormal fluid in the joints, and it leads to the osteoarthritis. So it is about the pathophysiology, and next one is the clinical manifestation. So there is a clinical manifestation includes the joint pain. So there is a patient will have the severe pain while moving the joint, and there is a severe joint pain and paresthesia. So because of this paresthesia, there is a abnormal sensation can be present in the joints. So there is a tingling sensation, otherwise pricking sensation can be present in the joints. So paresthesia means there is a abnormal sensation in the joints, And next one is a muscle weakness. So because of the because of the osteoarthritis, the patient will have the muscle weakness and wasting around the affected joint. So around the affected joint the muscle become wasting and there is a weakness of muscle can be present and there is a joint swelling. So because of the accumulation of cyst and there is a joint swelling can be present and it is synovitis, there is a inflammation of the synovial membrane. So it is a thin layer, it can be covers the joint. So there is a synovitis means inflammation of the synovial membrane and there is a joint tenderness. So while touching itself the patient will have the severe pain while moving the joint. And next one is loss of joint flexibility. So the patient is not able to flex the joint. So loss of joint flexibility and the crepitus. Crepitus means there is a cracking sound can be occur while moving the joints. So there is a crepitus means there is a the bones can be rubbing each other and there is a rubbing against each other and it can cause the cracking sound. So it is called as crepitus. So the clinical manifestation includes the joint pain, paresthesia, muscle weakness and muscle wasting around the affected joint and there is a joint swelling, synovitis and there is a joint tenderness and loss of joint flexibility and crepitus. So thank you.